Here's how losing my phone on a solo trip to Europe reminded me that it's okay to depend on others. Hi, I'm Joelle, and I'm a 28-year-old Filipino-American who takes do it for the plot literally and figuratively. 2019 ended in kind of a downhill spiral for me. My boyfriend of 3 years, who I thought I was gonna marry, had dumped me, and in return, I dumped my college friend group because I realized they loved him a little more than they loved me. So, as most people do during a breakup, I booked myself a trip for the following summer. I also decided to move to New York City on my own and try to restart my entire social circle. And then COVID happened. Like many people, I struggled a lot with the isolation, especially because I didn't have any friends or family with me. On top of that, I spent most of my time at work trying to enforce COVID restrictions in a performing arts environment while also advocating for myself and other people of color in my department. So when the world started opening up in 2022, I decided I needed a break. I had rebooked the trip I was supposed to go on in the summer of 2020 for the summer of 2022, which ended up being a 16-day trip around Europe with 40 other strangers. As someone who transferred schools a lot when I was younger, I was kind of used to the ins and outs of introducing myself, making new friends, but the combination of my relationship breakup, my friend breakup, COVID-19 quarantining, I kept constantly asking myself before the trip, will people like me? Do I even know how to make friends? Am I gonna just end up all alone? And to make matters worse, I ended up losing my phone on day 2 of the trip. But to my surprise, this group of 40 strangers were some of the nicest and most generous people I've ever met. They were always hanging out with me during free time, offering to take photos and videos of me on their own phones so I had something to remember the trip by, and just always making sure that I felt included in all the plans. I thought losing my phone on my first big trip was going to be the end of the world for me, but to my surprise, it forced me to be more present and connected with my fellow travelers in person, and it reminded me that despite the heartbreak and loneliness I had faced during the past 3 years, it's okay to open up to others and depend on others, even if you had just met them. I've gone on so many other solo trips since then, and just like that first trip, I'm reminded time and time again that being solo while traveling doesn't mean being lonely while traveling. There are so many people out there who want to meet you, get to know you, and will truly be excited and grateful to have you in their life, even if it's just for a small moment in time.